record this session so that we have it for posterity's sake. All right. Thank you for joining me for our 2-year recap with Gabi. I'm a CFMG out in Tucson, Arizona, and her wonderful husband, Barner, is joining us as well as usual. Welcome, Gabi and Barner.
Hello.
Hello. Good to have you guys. So Gabi is now starting her 3rd year. She's in the midst of her 3rd year. And this is our 2-year recap. Now, Gabi, this is your graduating class here up on the screen, all of these lovely ladies. What month and year was this?
January 2012.
Okay, so January 2012, and for the benefit of those who've never been to one of your webinars and don't know the backstory, you purchased a brand new Wagon Tails van, complete with Caddyshack vac, outfitted specifically for Feline Exclusive, and when did you receive that mobile unit?
We got it in March. We started the business the 1st of May.
Okay, and then you had a slight setback.
Yeah, that was April, the first week of April. I was bit both hands.
Yes.
Could not move my hands.
So you got a little bit later start than you anticipated, and what would you consider was your real first start? I mean, or not your real first start, but your real start into making things move forward?
May 1st.
May 1st. Okay, so the first webinar I did with you was that August 2012. May, June, July, August, you were just barely 3 months in. And for those that want to go back and listen to that, that is in the webinar library. This is free and available to all members. If you're not a member, you can sign up and go listen to this. It is well worth the hour of your time, let me tell you. Now, we went ahead 1 full year, almost to the exact day, August 2013, and we did a 1-year recap. And if anyone wants to hear that, it too is in the library. So here we are, 2-year recap. And tell me, what has been going on?
Well, we are now a company of 3.
I see that. Who's this guy?
This is Greg.
Okay.
He has become our apprentice cat whisperer.
Awesome.
Kind of taking the place of Barnera because he wanted to retire for real this time for the 3rd time.
For real.
Yeah.
Serious. For serious.
He still has his fingers in things, trust me.
Good for you, Barner. Good for you.
Oh, yeah. And then Jennifer, of course, is in the pink.
Yep. Had the pleasure of having Jennifer at school a few months ago. Did a fantastic job. Of course, we suspected since she'd been working with you anyway.
Oh, yeah. I was very fortunate to meet Jennifer right out the gate when I started the business. She worked at a cat rescue that I worked at. She would come out and actually help me clean the rescue kitties.
Okay, and that's how you met her, and she was actually doing some house call grooming, or not house call grooming, but house sitting, pet sitting, right?
She still does pet sitting for cats only on the east side here, yeah.
Okay, and so you invited her to come in, work as your assistant, and she, of course, got on-the-job training. She already had some good handling skills from working at the shelter and doing pet sitting, cat sitting, and so you basically apprenticed her along. I know we did the drop-in in January when I was out there. I met Jennifer for the first time when we did a little ride-along on one of your visits, and if anybody wants to watch that on video, that is on our website. Danelle drops in with Gabi, and you can meet Jennifer and Gabi and watch them do their thing there. And so she turned out to be great. You finally sent her to school. She just graduated a few months ago. So now you have this 3rd person with you. And so what's going on now?
Well, now, because we have the 3rd person, Jennifer and I were working 6 days a week, 10-hour days.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, tell me about it. But we are booking right now. December's done.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. The only openings we have are cancellations on if people are lucky enough to get one of those.
And that's 6 days a week? Still operating 6 days a week?
We're still going 6 days a week.
Okay.
But with Greg now, Jen and I are working 5 days a week.
Okay.
Rather than the 6, because Greg works on a Friday and on a Sunday.
Okay.
Friday he's working with Jennifer. Sunday he's working with me.
Okay, great. So you guys work together tandem 4 days out of the week, and then well, actually 4 days out of the week, and then one day it's Jennifer and Greg, and the other day, the sixth day, it's you and Greg. So he's working as
Yes.
this assistant. Okay. All right, great. And Jennifer, I know she was a little nervous about going out without Gabi there. So how is that going? Has she got her confidence up? And I know she can do it. So it's just a matter of
Oh
her
yeah.
being confident in that. How's that going?
As you know, it takes a little bit of time to get there, but she is really rocketing along.
Good,
Uh,
good.
in July, I was gone for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Our mom.
Yep, yep.
So she and Greg ran the van while I was gone. How nice it is to have
Time
income
off.
coming from the business.
Right. And time off.
Well, I think I'd rather be grooming kitties, quite frankly, but
Right, right.
you
In
know,
all
given
honesty.
the choice. But yeah,
So you never really anticipated this in your when you set out to do this. And I remember when you came January 2012, and the first day of school, I asked people, who are you, where are you from, what led you here, and then of course during the 2 weeks we find out what everybody's goal is, and yours
hmm
was very decidedly, very clearly from day one. I am going to leave behind my old profession, which was not in the grooming industry, and I am going to become Tucson's first feline mobile master groomer, with the whole works, and here I am. And you've done that. You've done that.
yeah.
So did you anticipate this expansion to have now, two employees and your van running 6 days a week?
No, I did not.
What do
I
you,
really did
yeah.
not.
What do you think made that happen?
Um, there's a true need. Uh, there's 900,000 dog groomers out there, and in Tucson, there's me
Right.
and Jennifer now, and one van. Because putting a cat in a car is not a fun thing to drive to a salon.
You have found that your clients love that, come to the house, yeah, come to me and groom my
Yeah,
cat. Okay.
yeah.
So they're willing to pay well, you really don't even have any competition around, but even if you do, it's salon competition. And so not only are you providing outstanding service, outstanding customer service, outstanding groom quality service, and then all of the things that back that up, the knowledge that goes with that, the expertise, the confidence, but you're
hmm
also higher priced.
Yeah, we are. In fact, because we have a wait list of almost 100 right now,
Wow.
we're contemplating January.
Hmm.
Prices are going to take another bump.
Why not? Why not?
hmm
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely. There's a picture of us in January when I was out there. That was fun. Again, I encourage people to go watch this. There's a ever growing series there. Danelle drops in where I've been able to visit various CFMGs in their environment. Even Deborah Hansen with her mobile bag. We didn't actually go do a cat groom because we met at a Pasadena groom show, but
hmm
some of these other people, I have been to their salons or to their mobile units. Julia Armenta out in Pasadena was another one. I actually went in her mobile van and she groomed a cat. So Gabi is one of those. She was the first one. I happened to be in Arizona for other business and decided to take a trip down a little to south to Tucson and meet up. Well, actually, it was all to surprise Barner. Really, that's what
Yeah,
it
it
was.
Yeah,
was.
so
Yeah. Well,
it
this
was
starts off.
hot. And I have went. I will show you.
It was a successful surprise.
Yes, it
Um,
was.
it
It
was a
And
was
a lot of
success.
fun.
a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, but it would turn out to be a really neat thing to get a glimpse into the day in the life of these CFMGs doing all this amazing stuff across the world. Really, I just came back from Switzerland recently and did one with Helena Schmidt, and I mean it's fantastic to see her salon and I
hmm
was there and see how she's working. It's awesome. I'm so excited to see this. But anyway, that's a sidebar to go. Those of you who haven't watched that, go watch that. So, Gabi, what do you see for your plans now? You said a rate hike in January. So,
Yeah.
what do you see for yourself in the coming year between now and next August? What do you see for your business?
Well, currently, right now, what we're looking for is going digital with our scheduling.
Okay.
And we're looking at a program that we can use with like an iPad or the other kind of pad to carry with us and be
Yep.
able to do things as we go, because there's that time period
Hmm.
between stops
Yeah.
that Jen is able to answer phones,
Yeah.
reschedule and things like that, rather than having to do this all after hours.
Yes. Yes. Utilize that driving time. Oh,
Exactly.
absolutely. Yeah.
So
Well,
it, it,
go ahead.
it's tough. We're right now we're exploring that. And then, I keep getting asked the question, everyone's going, well, when are you going to add a second van
Right.
because of the wait list?
Right.
So
That's something to
This
consider.
is something.
who knows if that comes up or not. We're not going to throw it out yet.
Right.
We're we're going to see how things play out
You
bit by
guys need
bit.
a you guys need a wild idea club, I think.
Yeah, we kind of do.
You and Barner and Jen and what's his name again? I just
Greg.
forgot. Greg. And then you need to draw in about two other. I would have one of your clients that would, be well suited to that kind of a thing. Somebody that you're kind of close to. And then get someone else who's not even in the grooming industry, who's like a lawyer, an accountant or something, or an actor, comedian or whatever. I don't know. Somebody who's just totally unrelated, and have them come in and do a wild idea club. Read the book and then do one. You'll be amazed at what you'd come up with. Not that you need ideas or anything.
No, we do.
Well,
Uh,
We're always trying to improve our methods.
yes.
Um, we now what we do in between, as far as inside the salon, we are sterilizing everything, including our combs.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
Everything gets sprayed down with the Clip.
Yep. I
Uh,
love that stuff.
I do too. Absolutely love the stuff. We spray down the caddy shack. We mop the floors. Every surface that a cat can touch
Hmm.
gets cleaned.
Yeah.
So
Good.
we're not spreading from one house to the next house
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
you
And
know,
that's
the
very
most,
important. It's very
Yeah.
important.
the
It.
most important thing, the reason we were so successful was our advertisement.
Okay.
We groomed at a rescue shelter for nothing,
Hmm.
hundreds of cats.
Yes.
Then finally, we didn't have the time for that, but our advertisement, mainly through veterinarians, who now constantly refer only us to their clients who need their cat groomed, and they have to put the cat into a sleepy mode, and here
Yeah.
they don't have to do it.
Yeah.
We, we've also got, we're very fortunate, just recently, a cat only mobile vet.
Hmm. Okay.
You can do an operation in her rig,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
That's
So
awesome. Tell us more about that. What does that mean?
what that means is, the first day we found out about her,
Uh-huh.
uh, we had a new client to go to, and it was this poor little kitty that had a flea collar put on her neck
Mm-hmm.
because they had stick fleas out in the back with the bird fleas,
Right. Yeah.
and they thought the flea collar would be the right thing. Well, unfortunately, the kitty was allergic. The kitty also had some other allergies, and she got a burn around her neck that was two
Oh.
inches
Oh.
wide, and it was like a third-degree burn. It was
Oh.
terrible. And he had called me to come and groom his kitty.
Right.
Well, I give him the vet's number because I had nothing one to hold on to, let alone I was afraid for her.
Right.
And he was such a good cat daddy. He was on the phone talking to the vet before I was out the door,
Wow.
literally.
Okay.
So I was really impressed with that. And we've had
Yeah.
other instances where we have referred for people who don't have cars, they're older, they can't get out, to that didn't know how to get a rabies shot for their cat even.
Right. Yeah, just basic stuff.
Yeah, and it's really working out well. We've also got what's really started the business going because we are cat exclusive.
Right.
None of the dog groomers feel intimidated by us. In fact, a
Hmm.
lot of them have decided I don't want to do a cat anymore, and we are the go-to for
Well,
any.
you know, that's interesting you say that because when I first took my accidental cat grooming business run out of my cattery to
Mhm.
a main street location, I had those 80 clients to start with. This was back in the phone book days before the websites and Google and all that. And so I went through the yellow pages and there were pages of grooming salons in Greenville, the greater Greenville area. And I went through those and I called them all and I said, do you groom cats? And if they said yes, I highlighted them and it was like, okay, these people I'm going to put out of business. Not with the dogs, but with the cats, I'm going to put them out of business. And then those that said no,
The
they
whole
don't groom.
dog type.
Right, right. And those that that didn't groom cats that said no. Some people actually laughed when I asked that question. But when they
Hmm.
said no or they laughed, I said, okay, I made a mark to go visit them, take my cards, introduce myself, that sort of thing. And you know what happened is the people that over the next 6 to 12 months, what happened was probably about 99% of those I highlighted to put out of business didn't want to be in the cat grooming business. They started referring to me without me having to do anything other than
That's
just
it.
start grooming cats.
Exactly. You've taken care of a problem they had.
Yeah, I did not anticipate this at all. I thought it was going to be an uphill battle. And all of a sudden, I'm getting these people calling, going, I think they're my competition. And they're going, oh my gosh, we're so happy you're here and you're doing this. Thank God someone's finally specializing in cats. Can we get your business cards?
Hmm. Exactly. And there are so many, the salons and mobile groomers keep sending business our way.
That's awesome. That is fantastic. This is the girl. I don't. Was this cat's name Ebony?
Yes.
Oh, I cannot believe I remembered that. This
Good.
cat. That's right. I can't remember my own cat's names, but for whatever reason, I remember Ebony. This is the cat that Gabi and Jennifer groomed during the drop-in video session. I actually met her at a house call at somebody's house out in Arizona. So this is the cat that was brought out to the van to be groomed. She's given a comb cut, and the story on this girl is that this cat Ebony. You want to tell this that she? How did you get this client?
This is one of Jennifer's pet sitting, cat
Okay,
sitting clients. She sits for Ebony all the time.
and
And
Ebony had
she,
some mats, didn't she?
oh, the first
Yeah.
time I did her, she was mushroomed.
Okay, but see, Jennifer, if I remember correctly, was telling the owner, "You need to have Gabi groom your cat. She's got these mats." And the owner said, "What?"
Oh, no, I don't need to. She's fine. The usual.
Yeah.
So Jennifer uh, and I gave
Mhm.
her a gift certificate
Okay.
for what she's called the full kitty,
Okay.
which my first year of business, I had these gift certificates for $55 you could give, and I would do anything the cat needed. That means it could have the comb cut and lion cut, whatever,
Okay.
which was like over $100 at the time. So uh, she decided to use it one time. I
Because she
went,
had it. It was free for her.
it was free for her. She found out what Clean Kitty was all about
And
and Happy Kitty.
and so then she pre-books her. I saw her pre-book. You pre-booked her next appointment after this was I don't know, several appointments in.
She's pre-booked through the year, and we are now putting together our 2015 calendar as
Uh-huh.
we speak,
Uh-huh.
so that everybody can get in when they want to get in on a
That's
regular
good.
basis.
And this little fella, I don't remember his name, is one of Ebony's housemate brothers.
Yes. Yeah.
And he was not on the client list except that he needed his nails trimmed and he was very scared and would run away. But Jennifer, of course, being the cat huntress that she is, was able to retrieve scared kitty, and he came out to the van that night and got a nail trim, and the goal was to get third kitty next time and eventually turn these into all groomable kitties, right?
Yeah, and so far not yet.
So far, not yet, but it's a goal to work for. At least you got nail trims going, right?
Yeah, we got nail trims on this one. We
So
haven't got the other one yet.
that other one's sneaky, isn't he? So, but
Very.
you went from this client who, even though her cat is mad, it had mushrooms all over it. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, mushrooms, you can go look on my blog, Mushroom Cats. Just search for mushrooms. I did a blog on this. I did a series for Pet Groomer called Mushroom Cats. You can see what I'm talking about. So you went from lady with mushroom cats and she doesn't think she needs your services, but because it's free, only because it's free, she's going to give it a try because she's given a gift certificate. And now you get not only one regular cat, but you also have an additional cat that you're doing some services on and potentially down the road, additional services.
Well, she's also now telling all of her girlfriends when she sees their
Yay.
cat, she goes, "You need to have your cat groomed because it doesn't look good."
Don't you love that?
Oh, I do. It's wonderful.
That's great. Okay, so now tell me. So now Barner said you got. I'm going to go back to this marketing. That first year, your marketing mostly your biggest and most effective form of marketing involved free grooms at your local cat shelter,
Yeah,
and so you're giving away your time and you're giving away shampoo, basically.
we were doing every Friday. We were going there to groom all day.
Okay, that's a lot.
It is, but one, I needed the practice. I was new. It really
Mm-hmm.
helped my abilities.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shelter cats are the ones that are going to pull out all the stops.
Yes, that's right.
So that was good. And you're doing something good for the poor little guys, giving them some
Absolutely.
attention.
Yep, and help them find homes when they're clean and
Uh,
tidy and have
Within 2 hours,
nails.
within 2 hours, they were out the door.
that's our record so far.
Okay, yeah. 2 hours out the
Two
door. So
hours.
what?
Yeah,
Two,
groomed, and then someone came in, and I want that cat.
that's great. That's great. It's good to And is this something that you market on your website or anything that you do this?
Yes,
Okay,
and
good.
we haven't been able to actually do our Fridays because we're working 6 days a week.
Yeah.
So what we've been doing, um,
Occasionally.
occasionally, if we can slide in because we've got a cancellation, we've got an open moment, we'll slide into one of the rescues in the area that we happen to be close to and see if we can, take care of a
Help
kitty
out.
here or there.
Yeah. Yeah. Even
Or
just doing nail trims or something, you
yeah,
know?
or we get an emergency call, that
Yeah.
we took this kitty out of the kill place and they're all knotted up. Can you come clean her up or him up? And we'll do things like that.
Those are great things. And if well, a couple points you brought up there. One thing that we recommend all students leaving the school is you've just invested this 2 weeks of intense training and all of this money and this travel time. Don't lose it. Go out and find cats to groom. And if that means going to your local shelter to donate your time, then do it because you're not only providing a service to the community and helping these cats hopefully get adopted, you're increasing the chances of them getting adopted, but you're also continuing to build upon the skills that you have developed during that 2 week school session. That is so important. And some people have taken that to heart and done it. And in your case, it has actually lended itself to being the real jumping or catalyst for your business to take off.
It
So
was.
it had a lot of benefits.
Yeah, because we got into the cat community, because there is a whole community of people that are really all about cats.
Mm-hmm.
And we were able to get in with that. We also started advertising. There's a little newspaper kind of thing that goes out to all the veterinary clinics in town or in the
Okay.
county, and they also go to the pet stores and stuff like that. But we took out a full page ad, full color. It comes out every other month, and it's available at the pet stores and the food stores, the feed stores, in veterinary offices.
Okay.
And we've gotten a lot of clientele off of that.
That's good. Now, what does that cost you roughly? Is it a monthly cost or an annual cost?
It runs me about 125 a month.
Okay. And so if you get just 2 clients out of it, you've paid for it and then some.
Easily, and I also can't do a brochure and mail it to the coverage that I'm getting.
Right,
That much
right.
money.
Yeah.
I would be spending way more than that. So no, it worked out very well.
So $125, you're getting, at least, I mean, you're probably averaging over $100 a cat. So just one cat, the
One
second
groomer.
cat, yeah, the second cat is makes up the additional cost and it's gravy after that. And that's not even counting the residuals that come from that, which would be rebookings, new clients that then rebook and don't just come once, but also them referring their friends, family, veterinarian, neighbors, all of that.
Yeah. Our rebook rate is extremely high.
I would imagine so.
It's in the 90s something or other. It's
Yes. And
very, very unusual not to get a rebook.
okay, so for your rebooking, what would you attribute the success to that? Because there are a lot of groomers out there that have a horrible time with that, and particularly mobile groomers, and they are trying to figure out their next week's schedule and they're driving all over the place and they're using up fuel and they're not working efficiently and they're going through a lot of first time clients. So
Yeah.
what do you say to those people? What are Gabi's tips and tricks for rebooking your clients and booking out through the rest of the year?
Well, the easiest thing to do is to have a receipt that you're giving your client.
Mm-hmm.
At the bottom of that receipt, you say thank you, sign your name, and then right under that, you write down an appointed time for their next appointment.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you go in to take the kitty back and you get the money, you say, there's your next appointed time. Is that good for you?
Mm-hmm.
And 9 times out of 10, they say, absolutely it is. And then I also tell them, if something comes up or whatever, you call Jennifer on her phone number directly,
Mm-hmm.
and we can adjust if you need. I don't
Okay.
charge a cancellation fee unless it's like a no-show,
Okay.
like last second.
Yeah.
But we just had one this week where we had a cancellation first thing in the morning,
Okay.
and it was made like the night before, rather late. Well, it was the kitty got ill.
Oh,
I,
okay.
I'm not charging on that one.
Right.
So Yahoo, we get to sleep in.
Okay.
Or we try to move everybody up and see if we can add somebody at the end of the day.
Sure. Okay. So who do you charge the no-show fee? Is this the person that just calls and goes, "Oh, it's not a good day for me. I'm going to get my nails done instead," or whatever?
If they wait to make that phone call to where it's too late for us to call someone on that wait list that's 100 people,
Mm-hmm.
we charge them $50.
Okay.
And I tell them, okay, there's basically a no-show late cancellation fee, just
Mm-hmm.
like you would do with the doctor. The doctor
Yep. Yep.
charges you to cancel within 24 hours.
Absolutely.
Well, so do we.
Yes.
And
Okay. So now you and I think most people get that. I mean, it's done at massage
well,
places and dentists and everywhere else, so people understand that. Now, you said 9 times out of 10 they'll go ahead and say, "Yeah, yeah, that's good." Which now, see, here's the difference between salon and mobile. For all you salon people who are going, "Oh my gosh, it's not that easy for me." It's not 9 out of 10 people. With mobile, obviously, the client doesn't actually have to do anything. They might be there and they might open the door for you, but that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. They don't have to even be there. So
uh,
it's
our
not
policy is there.
okay. You do require them to be there.
Yeah, cats. Find a cat in the house.
Well, I'm thinking if they had it contained somewhere, it could be in a bathroom or even in a crate if they were just stepping out for a little bit. Um, it could be sitting in a crate, or there's different ways that could be done. It is different than, of course, doing dogs. But with the salon, it does require somebody taking time out of their schedule to drive to the salon, drop off the cat, and then come back at some prescribed time to pick it up and take it back home. And so it's much more involved. So there is that difference. Now
Mm-hmm.
the customer's paying for that. They're paying for
Yeah.
that luxury and that convenience. But there are still a lot of mobile groomers out there that are saying, I don't get 9 times out of 10 people going, oh yeah, that's fine. I think many people, when we're talking about cats here, they struggle with the owner even believing their cat needs to be groomed again in the future, because just like Ebony's mom, they're going, oh no, she doesn't need to be groomed, and I don't know how she got these lumps on her butt or her back hip or whatever, but it's a one-time thing, and okay, you got them off, and now we're good for the next 10 years.
Okay,
So how, yeah.
what we do with that, and there are those clients, once they touch a clean cat, and because we do have well, why don't you, let's pencil you in. We'll get you
Mm-hmm.
penciled into this. If you find in 2 weeks you really don't feel that it's necessary,
Mm-hmm.
give us enough time that we can rebook somebody else in there. You can call and let me know.
Okay. So you're,
Likely those
yep.
calls don't come in.
Okay, well, that's very
But yeah,
clever. So you're giving them an out. They're not committed at this point. They've got like a 2 week grace period, really.
yeah, pretty much.
And you're letting them live with the benefits.
Yeah, smell them like cookies. They like that.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a Chubb's bar, would it?
Well, between the Chubb's bars and the catatonic, it's a
It's
win-win.
good.
Yeah.
It's good stuff, isn't it? Um, okay, so you're giving them the opportunity to now that see that's really clever right there. So for those, some people are writing questions in and going, okay, how do you get? I can do this with the dogs. I can rebook easily, but with the cats, these people are not doing this. They'll say, oh, I'll call you later, or I'll call you next time we need it, which means next time the cat is matted. So I think there's a couple things here. One is taking a little time to educate them on what causes the matting. And so if we go into the whole greasy and dead hair and all this kind of stuff, you've heard my drill, then the prevention for that is the regular bathing, and look how clean your cat is, and the shedding is going to be less, and blah blah blah. You go through all the benefits. You're booking them, but you're giving them this easy out, but you're making them do the work to do it. That means they got to pick up the phone and actually call you to cancel.
Yeah, they don't want to do that.
They don't want to do that. And
But
during
they
that
also
2 weeks, they're living with the benefits.
they're living with the benefits, and a lot of times they're living with a cat that was really angry, really upset, really pissy because he hurt. Those
Mm-hmm.
dogs were pulling on them.
Yep.
And we got them off. Now Kitty is all of a sudden friendly and wonderful and playing and having a good time. Okay, this is a good thing for the kitty.
Absolutely.
So it's not only is it clean and nice smelling, but also we've got a whole new kitty back.
It makes a difference, doesn't it?
It does.
I cannot tell you how many times, that's the part I love about the job, the phone calls that come in the next day, or the emails now that say, oh my gosh, my cat like has a personality, or it's acting like a kitten. I had a client tell me one time that her cat, after she brought it home from its first groom, it stood in front of the full length mirror and stared at itself for an hour.
Who's
And
that?
yeah, wow, she looks good.
Yeah.
Oh, I can believe this. It's a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so this
Different.
is
The attitude of the cat is different. The
yes.
whole house is different because the cat is there so happy with a
Yeah,
tail.
because if the cat ain't
Most
happy.
cats to regroom are our cats.
You say that again?
Our cats are the most difficult cats to groom.
Oh,
They
of
never
course, yeah.
know the buttons to push and they scream bloody murder and
Oh,
neighbors come by and say, what's happening in the van? But
yeah, I'm
our,
killing them.
yeah,
Of
but
course,
then
yeah.
they walk around with their tails up in the air, straight up,
Yep.
and they show the happiness. And the people see that, when they get a cat back and they see what a clean cat looks like,
Mhm.
they rebook right there and then.
Isn't that awesome? That's great. And the only way that can be done is if you're doing your job well and you're actually making that
Yes,
cat shine the way it's supposed to shine.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Exactly.
great. Oh, that's
as
great.
you saw that ebony, that was a comb cut afterwards. What you showed on the
Yes.
picture, that was a comb cut. And
Yes.
Gabi educates them how important it is to have a comb cat versus a lion cat,
Mhm.
especially in the even in the summer here in Tucson. they benefit from a comb cut. They can control their body temperature better.
Well,
So
and
Gabi
yeah,
sells that idea, and she gets more comb cuts than anybody else.
yeah, and it's such a it's a style that you can do on even the old thin skin bony kitties because you're not
Yes.
putting that blade on the skin.
It's so much
And
safer.
it is, and you get fast at it after a while, and you could charge more for it because it's that full groom plus the comb cut, so
Yeah.
it is more. I mean, look, there's
Well,
your price right there. It's $10 more than the lion cut. So, and groomers, you guys can charge whatever you want for this stuff. I pick my prices based on what I like to do and don't like to do. And how much time it takes me, and do I really want to do this service? It should
hmm
cost more if I don't want to do it, or if it takes more time.
our lion
Discourage
cuts
people.
have gone up.
Okay, so this is your pricing structure in January when I was actually out there. So we're 8 months later. So your lion cut price now is what?
130.
130. And your comb cut, did it stay the same?
It is 120. Yeah, we kept
Okay.
it at 120. We went to 130 on the lion because usually when I'm doing lions, I'm removing mats.
Okay. Right.
And I don't want to encourage people to say, well, I'll just have a line cut done
Sure.
every, once or twice a year. I want to hurt them.
Well,
You
right.
know,
And you mean the client, not the cat, just for
yeah,
anyone
the
listening
client.
here.
Yeah, the client.
I know it's the CFMG here we're talking, it's the NCJ, but we do not really like to hurt cats, contrary to
No,
popular
we're all about the
opinion.
kitty.
Yeah, all about the kitty here. But we do often like to hurt the client's wallet, don't we?
Yeah,
Because it's how they listen.
it's not politically correct to hit somebody,
Right.
so you got to hit them where it hurts. Their
That's
pocket.
right. That's right. And I mean, we've got our matting surcharges, pelt removal fees and all that, and they're very hefty. And groomers often
And
gasp at those. But I say it's because I don't want my clients coming back with once a year shave downs. This has to be a
exactly,
painful experience, a painful financial experience for this client. So it deters them from doing it again. Maintenance has to be cheaper.
hmm and
Yes.
we do have a maintenance groom that I don't publish on my schedule.
Okay. That you
That
offer to select.
that offer that they're booking, they get to have the maintenance. Now, maintenance should be done at least within 8 weeks.
Okay.
I can't rebook everybody 8 weeks.
Right.
So it's the first appointment I can stick you in.
Okay. So you
And
do, yeah.
I do it, it has to be done at the time I've done the groom.
Okay.
And they have to stick to it. If they cancel that next appointment and then go to another appointment after that,
Mm-hmm.
they've fallen out of the maintenance groom fee, which is only $90.
Right. Okay.
And that's to encourage that. And that probably does help that rebooking thing
Yes.
because they're getting a comb cut for $90. They're saving $30.
Yeah. I've done similar things when I've had price increases in the past where I've said to and this is when I had smaller clientele back in those early years when I said, I'm going to increase my prices. You can stay as one of my regular valued clients. You can stay at the current price. If you pre-book your appointments and stay on the schedule I say is appropriate for your cat. Most of the time it was 6 weeks. So
Yeah,
I did have clients that for a long time, I mean, some of the people moved or their cats got old and died or whatever, and they were still on this every 6 week, paying the same rate. And I was okay with that. They're paying a few dollars less than everybody else. But the thing is, these cats are so easy to groom because they're maintenance grooms.
exactly. They're so fast. I can do a
Yeah.
comb cut on a maintenance cat in under an hour.
Yeah, absolutely. Bath, blow dry, nail trim, everything. And that's probably the whole going and getting the cat and returning it back to the house when you're done as well.
Exactly. So
Now,
go ahead.
well, I was going to say, do you often talk people into things like soft paws or sani trims, things like that?
They request it.
They're requesting it. Most of the times, my cat's got the worst back end here. It's got to be dealt with. Uh, it's like, yeah, I'll do that. We'll take care of
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
But I just standard when I do a long-haired full groom, there's going to be a teddy belly, which is $8. There's going to be a sani, which is with another $8.
Okay. So you're
So
adding
that's
that
on top of
16.
the
Yeah.
yeah, on top of the groom.
Yeah.
always.
Yeah.
Occasionally it gets added to a short-haired cat because, the big old round ones can't get back there,
Right.
you
Yes.
know, not,
We
not reaching it.
It's amazing how many cats have dirty bottoms considering these creatures are supposedly self-groomers.
Yeah, I know I've got a couple of them, one that I do every 2 weeks, that she has issues.
Yeah,
And
issues.
I've posted that picture before, and it's like, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not one of those you want to be eating when you're doing it. Yeah.
No, not. No food
No,
allowed.
no food allowed. Yeah. Um, Now, here in this photo, we're back at the storage unit. Back when
Yeah,
I was out there in January, you do take good care of your investment, your van here, and you park it in this
yeah,
storage unit every night, and you winterize it, and you do all of the things that it needs to stay in tip-top shape. And you're still
yeah.
doing that, I assume?
Absolutely. In fact, we have our generator gets taken care of once a month. We have a standing appointment, and once a year we're getting all the rubber replaced on it. So we did run into a little bit of a problem here
Okay.
a few
Mm-hmm.
weeks back. And we also, the van gets groomed.
Yeah.
Who gets a day of spa? Uh,
Okay.
I get it detailed inside the cab and outside once every 3 months, and then I get it washed once every 6 weeks.
Okay. Okay. And I know that you get a lot of attraction from well, I'll flip to this in a minute. I'm going to go to this. Driving down the road, I have followed you down the road,
Hmm.
and I have personally seen people in the lane beside me with their cell phones out snapping photos of your van. I'm assuming so they could then call you later and say, "How much do you charge to groom a cat?"
Exactly.
So your graphics very clearly convey we're all about cats here, and obviously your CFMG first in Arizona. You've got all the good stuff, nice prominent website and phone number and all of that. Very, very nice graphics on there. And that is your billboard is all over the place.
It is. I get comments from people that we saw one of your vans.
One of the
One of
bands.
your vans.
One of my vans.
Oh, aren't you special? You
Yeah,
got
that's
many.
it.
Yeah. Which one did you see?
Yeah, really.
This is from our dinner back in January. We had a lovely night out. Jennifer and Barner there joining us and catching up. And you can't see my girls are on the other side of the table, my two youngest. And so I
They
think one of
enjoyed
them
it too.
they did. They enjoyed Barner's stories that he told, and fascinating stories. Cheryl Maybush, she's from Chicago area. She has a feline exclusive. Well, mostly, I guess I can't say feline exclusive. I know Cheryl does groom a few dogs in the mix, but her business is called the Cat Groomer. So it is definitely conveying that message. And she's been doing this a while. CFMG up there in Illinois, and she says she's just posting a comment here. I'm jealous of the tall doors on your garage because she has not been able to find a place where she can park her unit inside. And she, of course, she's got
Yeah.
those harsh,
It's
Well,
harsh.
hard to find those 12 footers.
Yeah,
We got lucky. It's down the southeast part of town. We live in the northeast part of town.
20 minutes away.
20
Yeah.
minutes. Okay, so that's what you have to do in order to go to work every day is drive that 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm fortunate. Jennifer lives like 3 blocks away
Oh,
where the van,
nice.
so that works out really good.
Well, Jennifer is just a winner all the way around, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
She is our wise. Gabi's wisest decision was to send Jennifer to you to have a certified. Can you imagine you don't have a certified groomer in Phoenix with triple our population, but you have two certified groomers here,
I
and
know.
Jennifer loves it.
And I'm thinking Greg's got to be coming to school sometime in 2015, so that's going to make three.
Well,
I don't know.
We're planning ahead here. Um,
Oh yeah.
hey, you know what? There are a lot of places around the world that don't have a single CFMG. We actually, last school session, we hit 200. and I think we just went over 200.
Yeah,
Um,
right?
and yeah, and that's a lot of CFMGs, but there's still a whole lot of places that don't have anybody. And I think of like Helena Schmidt over there in Europe, and like she's it in all of Europe, and she
I'd
is
love to
like
take a van over to
right.
Switzerland and be mobile over there with Elena. I think that would be so
Oh,
fun.
I don't know though. I just got a speeding ticket in the mail from Switzerland 2 months after I was there, and they say I
Yeah.
was speeding, and I have no verification of this. I'm not sure I like Switzerland at the moment. So, and driving around Switzerland,
Okay.
I think they've got a little scam thing going on over there to
You
fund
never
all
know.
the chocolate business. But anyway, yeah, it definitely there's a whole industry over there that hasn't even been tapped into, and of course, it's at the very infant stages of people even going, "You can groom a cat? What?"
Yeah, really, watch me.
Yeah. So yeah,
We
they
do,
need
by the
they.
way, we do have an open door policy.
Mm-hmm.
By that is we allow people to be in the salon with us while we are grooming their cat.
Mm-hmm.
We also let them come in through the passenger side door to be able to enter into the salon after they've, of course, closed that door to the great outdoors and
So
come in
there are
Yeah.
and
no
check in on us.
escapees. And the reason being also, they like it because some of them stay for 10 minutes. They realize what the job is. They realize how good Gabi is. The cats are agreeable,
And
and
no way can they do it.
no way can
Oh
they do
yeah.
it.
I think
They
that's
can
fantastic.
realize what it means
And the
to have
tip
a.
is usually really nice.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
yes,
a bonus.
it's
Yeah.
beyond words, beyond words.
And that's important. I know at my first salon that I opened, it was all an open space. So when people walked in from outside, there was just a check-in counter that separated me from them, and they would walk in and be standing at the counter watching me groom cats. So
Mm-hmm.
the cat would be in the Caddy Shack vac. This was before we even sold them. I mean, I had the version Mike made for me at the salon, and people would just be like, I can't believe my cat is just sitting there in the bath, or I can't believe it's just laying there letting you blow dry it with that big dryer. My cat freaks out at the vacuum cleaner. And, so many times it's just pulling them out of the crate, putting them on the table, and they turn into a different cat in your hands or on your lap. And they see this. And I can totally attest to the fact that that was a huge business growth
Yeah,
ingredient there.
definitely. Definitely. And then they tell their friends.
Yep, absolutely. So it becomes not only how the cat looks, but it's also how the cat is handled and how the cat acts with the
Mhm.
groomer, because many times they have, as in this picture here, this is one of the students actually grooming a cat at the school, but the owners tried to just trim nails or just tried to comb it or just tried to get that little knot out behind the ear, and it doesn't go well often.
Yeah, they get shredded and whatever. We just had a cat we did 2 weeks ago that timed out in the dryer. Didn't want
Okay?
to just, that's it, I'm done. I can't go any further. So
Yeah.
we had to actually take her in wet. Fortunately,
Okay.
I'd done a pre-cut cold cut on her.
Okay.
And we had her pretty dry, but not all the way.
Yeah.
And made an appointment to come in just a few days ago.
Okay.
And we had monsoons, the storms coming
Yeah.
in.
Uh-huh.
And I was thinking, oh no, this is not what I need for this cat. I was just hoping I'd get this cat done.
Right.
It was a walk in the park. Everything was fine.
And then
I did finish the clipper back on her, and she was perfect because I was thinking in the dryer the sound was really going to throw her off. Not at
mhm.
all. She was so happy. And then she went into the house, and she's got a little tail in the air. She looks all good again.
That's
It
great.
worked, and
That's great.
it's just one of those things where having the owner there to see what we were doing helped.
Absolutely. Because you can tell them all you want to. This makes me think of a video. I'm sure you saw it just recently. Beth Rex, CFMG in Pennsylvania. Well, I think she's working in Pennsylvania now. Not originally from there.
Yeah,
She was
yeah.
originally, yeah. And she's working at Robbie Hemminger's place and grooming cats there and doing a great job, of course. But she just posted a short video clip of a cat in the tub, of course, just sitting there being real chill about the whole thing.
Oh, for
And
sure.
yeah, and the owner was adamant that the cat could not be bathed,
Oh yeah,
and
they
told
hate
Beth.
water.
And Beth did the whole try to convince her, and basically how she left it, it sounded like from what she shared on Facebook, was that, okay, well, it's your funeral. I mean, if you don't mind dying, then go for it. The cat's going to just eat you alive. She's going to bite you and scratch and all this. And of course, here's this cat doing anything but that, just laying there enjoying her massage. And Beth videotapes it, which is a great thing. We have access to all this technology these days. And she sent it to the owner, and she just could not believe that was her cat. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
And
where's the car?
yeah, yeah. And Beth could have told her all about it, but the video, you can't argue with that.
No, you can't. Exactly.
So it totally is doable, and it's amazing how many times it is doable even when people believe it isn't. And all
Yeah.
it takes is a little confidence, a little finesse, a little
And patience.
know-how,
Yeah.
patience.
It's very important.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
listening to the cat.
Yeah, understanding the cat. That's such a part of it. And of course that's something we teach at the school for sure.
Mhm.
Understanding
Absolutely.
the cat. It is not a dog.
No.
You don't handle it like a dog. You don't treat it like a dog. It doesn't act like a dog. It's a cat.
Yep. Exactly.
And for those that get that and use it, they can build a business like Gabi's. I'm telling you, it's there. You just got to have the grooming skills to go with it and the customer service, and you got yourself a business. One question here that Chris, welcome to your first webinar. She's a new member of the NCGIA. I'm going to give a shout out here, my first ever shout out. Um, for a new member joining us, so she could get the magazine, which is coming up, and listen to the
Sure.
webinars. And so she's joining us for this first webinar with Gabi. Go back and listen to the others. But she has a question here. She says, I was curious about what kind of budget would be needed to start a mobile versus salon. Now, Chris, I'm going to direct you to the member only pages since you are a member of the NCGI. There is actually several documents in there, PDFs that I did. One of them is called Must Haves and Get Laters. You want to look at that as far as equipment and costs involved in setting up a salon. That is all my information. It's got price tags next to most of it based on my recommended products, even the things that you can skate by with and they're on the cheaper side and then later upgrade. Now, the salon side, I'm going to let Gabi answer that. The mobile side. Let Gabi handle that one.
Okay. My choice of rig is the Sprinter because it is diesel, and upkeep on it is mega cheaper than gasoline. So uh, they are about 95, I think,
Brand new.
brand new.
Okay, brand new.
And that's equipped with the Caddyshack. We built a table here in town, a stainless steel table, which was 1,000. And it comes with a clipper back and all the pretty much everything you need. Uh, you've got school, of course, so you're looking at about $100,000 investment total for the gross. You'd have to pay for school ahead of time. You would have to pay the down payment on the van, which is I think about $30,000 or $35,000 is what Wagon Tails wants right now.
Okay.
And then have in the bank at least 8 months of payments
Yeah.
so that you are secure as you're starting to roll and get your clientele built.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
That's,
Because
I
you've
think
got
that's
those
probably
growth months.
And when you
yeah.
start a business, you have to get and make yourself an LLC or whatever in order to protect you from any calamities.
Yes,
Almost
incorporate or do an
So
LLC.
it's
Yes.
important.
and that's salon or mobile,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the insurances and that kind of thing. But I found that after 8 months, actually even before 8 months, we started in May. By September, I was making the payments and overhead from the business.
Okay,
I
We
wasn't
nice.
never
pulling,
Nice.
took money out for the
and
hour serves.
I didn't have to pull money out from personal monies to pay for the business to roll.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah. And you hit it hard and heavy to build that business and make it. I mean, you
Yeah.
didn't just putz around. You
No,
did actively stuff all the time to grow the business.
Yeah, I was out, you know, pressing the flesh, so to speak,
Yep.
parking at Starbucks so people could see the van,
Yeah.
taking the van grocery shopping. You
Yeah,
know?
right. Everybody has a cat or two or three. Yeah.
Yeah, you just get them out there and you're carrying my cards, carrying the brochures with me so that I could hand them out when people, you know, well, what do you do? Well, I'm a cat groomer, you know,
Yeah.
here.
And
And
I did the same thing in those beginning days when I opened that, Main Street salon because I didn't have the client. I had 80 clients and that was not enough to pay my overhead and pay me a paycheck. So I knew if I'm going to do this, I'm going in with 80 clients, which means I'm not getting a paycheck right off the bat because I have to pay rent, I have to pay
yeah,
water, electricity, phone bill, marketing, buy shampoo, all this kind of stuff.
hmm
And I had most of the equipment already. I did upgrade a couple of things or added another grooming table, that sort of thing. But for the most part, I already had the bulk of my equipment, and
hmm
you have to work hard because you're going, I've got to pay the phone bill, I've got to pay the rent, I've got to pay the yellow page ad, whatever it was. And I looked at everybody as this person is a potential $70 walking in my door.
yeah.
Um,
We
you know,
also, the good news is we only owe now about $22,000 on it.
that's great. That's fantastic.
I haven't been taking an income out because we don't need me to take an income out for us to
Okay.
live. Our house is
Okay.
paid for. Barnier has an income separate, and it's plenty enough for us to live off of. We've been basically taking everything from the business and pummeling
Pay.
it back in.
Yeah, yeah. And you do that a lot in the beginning. I mean, even if you are drawing a paycheck, they say, I guess general rule of thumb is like 2 to 3 years before you expect a business to make a profit because you're constantly pouring every dollar back into the business. I could say that about Chubb's Bars. We're 1 year in. July was 1 year. Every dollar that comes in is getting poured back in to build the business bigger and be able to increase production and do more marketing and pay higher wages. And I mean, it just,
Exactly.
it's that first year is rough, and then you got the second year should be a little bit better,
A
and the
little
third
easier to
year,
breathe.
yeah, yeah, and then you get down the road and you go, oh, I can breathe.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's tough stuff. But anyway, we're wrapping up here. It's rewarding stuff too. I am so excited. We are supposed to have this magazine in print on my desk Tuesday. And I cannot
Woohoo!
wait. Yes, I cannot wait. And it's beautiful, except that I'm so sick of reading it. But it's beautiful. And so, anyway, it is packed. We've got the advertising feature in there. We've got the two breed profiles. We've got Lynn did a bang up job of writing our case studies on some of our client cats with complete with photos. And then we've got, oh, I'm not going to tell you what else we have because you'll have to open the pages and find out. But if you're a member, you will get this in your mailbox. You're going to have to give us a little bit of time because we start school Monday. And we've got 7 ladies joining. Oh, 6 ladies and a man joining us. So Monday, we're going to be very busy. And then the magazines come and we will work on getting these processed, mailed out over the coming weeks into September. And so you guys will be getting this very, very soon. If you're not a member, sign up, be a member. You got member pages, webinars. I think this webinar is going to make something like 40 or 41, 42 webinars. I don't know. Lynn just added one Tuesday night. So we've got a lot of webinars on there, and you can go back, listen to Gabi, the first visit, August 2012, and then August 2013, and then this one will get added. And you know what, Gabi, if you and Barner will have me, we'll do it again next year.
Sounds
oh,
fun.
good. Now,
Yay!
one
Yes.
more thing I have to say to you. Had it not been for you, Gabi would have never been in this business the way she's in. She has learned from you
Yeah,
so much.
that is truth.
You are the one. And I admire you especially for your soaps and everything else.
Well, this is why I let you join us on the webinars, Barner, is because you say such wonderful and nice things. But thank you so much. You know what? I'm proud of so many of our members and CFMGs, especially that are just doing amazing things in their little part of the world and saving one cat at a time, saving the world one cat at a time. And just hearing these stories, I hear them all the time. And there are people that aren't even on social media, they don't get on the internet, and they're doing this kind of stuff too. And it's just an awesome thing. It really is.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Danelle.
Thank you. You're welcome, and thank you guys. You guys have a wonderful night, and thank you everyone else for joining us, and we'll check back in with Gabi next year, and stay tuned for the next webinar. We'll have that posted soon. It's going to actually be on, I can't remember, check the schedule, but it'll be up soon. It's on the 26th, and then Lynn's got another CFMG webinar. She's planning a date for that very, very soon. It'll be coming up, I believe, in September. So you guys all have a great night. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you all next time.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye-bye.